It's 10:35 Friday night. Do you know where your children are? How about your cat? Do you know where your cat is? Or your dog? You know where your dog is? Do you know where you're at? Do you know anything? Well, I thought I knew where the cat was. A lot of people that usually come in are saying good night right about now. I may have all gone to bed. We shall wait and see. Pretty sure I made it public. There's some people putting out some pretty good videos lately, though. So I was just gonna get on here and run my head. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. There's one person. There's one person ghosting us. Mr. Thrive and Survive is on, so I don't know. I may not have everybody.
We'll call them off. It's Friday.
Yeah. It's just, I was going to go live Tuesday. I didn't. It's just a random. So if nobody comes in and talks, I'll just close it and go by my business. Instead of doing a live stream, I'll sit here and record a video with just me talking about the stuff, and I'll just post that. This was mostly me trying to find somebody to talk to, but nobody wants to talk to me. Not even the lurker dude who's in the background over here. He's probably chipper. He's driving or something. He's like, dude, I can't text and drive at the same time, or comment and drive at the same time. Eight hasn't made it into the last few live streams. It's worrying me. Well, if anybody comes over here and watches this, I'm not full of myself enough just to talk to nobody on the computer. So if you make it to the 10-minute mark and there's still no conversation, that means that nobody showed up and I killed it. So, and we'll talk about it tomorrow night. Just didn't want to drink alone, but that's how it is. It says there's two people. Who they are? Well, yeah, I've got an idea. We almost got rain today. It was like really, really, really close. One of the stray drops from was carried far enough to hit me by the wind. Like it was that close. There's water on the road 2 miles that direction. We got here and you could tell that it sprinkled a little bit. That was it. So we have an armadillo. We finally figured out what sneaks around in the weeds just outside of the light. Hey, Robert Moore, you've been around it forever. It's an armadillo. That's why you could shine the light over there and you still would never see anything. Armadillos are really hard to find at night. You can sound them out, but you got to be really careful with your light. When they see the light, they'll scurry away. How's the electric business? Still 85 degrees out here. Yeah, I got a sneaky feeling everybody's already asleep or otherwise entertaining themselves. I hope everything's good for you, Robert. I hadn't seen you or heard from you in a long time. I guess I do have your phone number. Hell, my wife feels privileged when I text her back. Killdeer completely quit YouTube. He don't never come around anymore. I understand that. Well, I understand it from history's point of view, not so much you know, nowadays. Well, I don't know. We've been really busy. We weren't doing much YouTube there for a while. We still, well, I don't know. We're half moved in, I guess. No, we ain't even half. We ain't half moved. Got to take the truck right there. That truck right there. We can go see if we can get the generator and the freezer and stuff. Well, we made the 10 o'clock mark, but there's people. Robert, here, me and Robert will talk. All you other people can just come in and watch the replay. Because then there's a second person in here mountain with you. You know, have an electric fly swatter, but I can't ever get a bug close enough to me to swat him. It works apparently. How many people went and bought a lotto ticket tonight? Oh, hey, Carol. Oh, okay, Robert. Are you at work, Carol, or are you just lounging? Comes another B1B. There's a bird in the tree. Deer. Can embarrass myself. No, your son and you did. Oh, okay. Got the water filters in today for the water filter. Oh, the lotto. Yeah, that's right. I had $16 cash in my pocket, so I bought 8 tickets. We'll see. If y'all don't hear from me for a month or so, and then all of a sudden I've got a really nice studio and a fancy hat. If my hat has got gold inlay, y'all will know what the story is. Uh, oh, I gotta get my hat. Found a hat in Goodwill today. It was in the women's hats, but it's a Air Force issue uh, fatigue hat. I'm like, why's everybody assume that because it's got a short bib, it's a lady's hat? It's just annoying. It'd be super cool to wake up and have 700 and whatever $1 million. Hey, Chip, that's what the taxes part of this is. The I don't even know how much. I know it's close to 50%. By the time all the taxes are said and done, when you do the cash option or whatever, you lose just about half of your winnings. So, you know, we would have to try to squeeze by on $360 million. I don't know how we would ever do that.
I'd share it with 100 people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you're nice for me. Oh, the first thing I'm gonna do is start head hunting a mid-50s Chevy short bus, or hell, a long bus. I know where there's two long ones. I know where there's a medium bus. And get that sucker and turn it into a rolling RV. screws around and making everybody think that I'm poor. But I'm not going to be poor. Park it in the Hilton parking lot, but have a room. You go up there and shower and all that stuff, and then go back to the bus to sleep in the parking lot. What are you going to say? No, I liked riding the short bus. And actually, the medium bus that I'm thinking about was the bus I rode when I was a kid. Thank you very much. Is that what's that little black one that or green one that rolls that kept getting traded from one place to the next place and nobody ever still hasn't done anything with it? That it's a '57 short bus. Anyway, that would be the perfect one. The the big body shop has it, man. They have it over there on their junk lot. And honestly, I would probably, I know I'd run power to the property in Colorado City because I'd be able to afford to. But other than that, I'd uh, add onto our property and I would put in a big workshop and I would start buying, I would start going to the car auctions. By the time you get everything you need in a bus to live, Carol, you run out of room really fast. Because there's no place underneath. You got to put all your water storage inside the bus with you, and you you can't really have much of a septic storage on it or whatever. You can put a small one. They're good. There's a lot goes into turning one of them into an RV. I mean, you can make a camper out of it, but something that you're going to try to live in all the time, it's a little tricky. If you're always going to be parked where there's hookups, it's a little different. But uh, yeah, if we held a part-time job, I think the missus would probably keep working for a little bit here. I mean, yeah, not having to go to work ever is really fun until you realize that now you have nothing to fill your days with. I know the first thing we'd do is get us a hotel room and find a contractor that was willing to come out here and uh, we'd build the den on, put the porch on, put in the storage, the water storage, build the barn I want over there. Actually found a old German style barn today. We were going cross country into Sweetwater, and there's an old German style barn out there. It's not a real old one because it's got the corrugated metal on it, but I'd still be willing to bet it's from the 30s or 40s. And I don't know if you got over there and looked, there might actually be the lumber underneath the tin. The guy might have upgraded his barn. That's why I don't want to get a little bit more land and build a big shop and go to the auto auctions and stuff. I'd love to buy all those vehicles out there that need $300 or $400 worth of work and actually do the $300 or $400 worth of work done. Now it'd be kind of tricky since parts are hard to come by. Well, it says the only person in here is Carol again. Or, well, it says there's only one person. I didn't know I was going to sit here and start yawning. Well, this is entirely too exciting. And not that the one person in here isn't worth my time. You are. But I am yawning my head off. I did not realize I was sleepy. So I will save the conversation of seatbelts, taxes, and the not recession thing we're in for tomorrow night. Probably try to go live about 7:30 or something. We'll see, 7:30 or 8, somewhere around it. I know I should pick a time and stick to it, but it's kind of hard to do when you have like a life. And, it's we're not back to a point where I can, just stop what I'm doing and run home to do YouTube just yet. So, I can't be. Well, I guess Chipper's the only one still in there. I don't know. It says there's 2 people in there. I don't know. I don't think that counter up there works worth the crowd. Either that or one of you people are playing around offline. Oh man, see, no sense in sitting here watching a guy yawn. I was gonna go live last night. And see, today I've been thinking today was Saturday all day because the missus got the day off, and it's completely thrown my schedule out. Well, one of you two keeps dropping in and out your signal, so the count keeps going from 1 to 2. I guess Robert left. He said his wife just got home. Oh. In kind of a conundrum right now because we want to get the cattle and stuff, but Sadie doesn't like cattle and horses, so I don't know. She'd be okay with sheep and goats. I just don't know how she would deal with cows. I think she'd figure it out pretty quick. You was anyone once, but it didn't agree with you, Chipper? I'm sorry about that. It's not always as much fun as you think it's going to be being somebody. Yeah, probably. Got a burner phone, checking to see if it works everywhere the other one doesn't. So, Chipper, if you get a call from a random phone number, it's me. Trying to see if my phone's going to work. It's not a good phone, but I cannot watch YouTube videos without hooking to the Wi-Fi on the phone here, on this phone. I can watch. I've been watching YouTube like crazy on this thing. It, it, it just gets 4G out here, but uh, it's got 4G and it bounces between 2 and 4 bars on the signal. My phone, I can't uh, get within 2 miles of my house, and I can't use the phone until I get home and my phone connects to the Wi-Fi. So I can only use this phone if I'm within, I don't know, 50 yards of the house. Well, Jeff, since you commented, now we're up to 3. So, and I honestly don't recognize your little dog there or anything. So, welcome to the chat. I usually water the grass before I start these, and I didn't, so we don't have the evaporative cooling effect going on right now, and it's actually miserably hot out here right now. It's not as bad as during the day. Oh, okay. Uh, we lost one of the pine trees. We didn't know about this whole solar radiation thing, and we were pushing cactuses and scraped a bunch of the grass off of the roots on one of the pine trees. And apparently, that's all it takes to kill your trees. Uh, all the trees that there's still grass and stuff around the roots, they're still fine. The one that we uh, pushed all the grass off of, it died. I mean, and it was the healthiest tree here, and it just died. Well, that must be nice. And the rain has just missed us by, I mean, rifle shots the past 3 times. The El Barditch is green down the road 500 yards. But then you go another 500 yards and it's back to being dead because it's just these little pop-up showers is all that's happening right now. Supposedly, this is the last year, though. Supposedly. Uh, they're expecting La Nina to break up and it should bring the rain back. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Hey, Walter. Walter always comes in late. Because it's late where Walter's at. Where you at, Jeff? That's a lot of rain. Oh, you must be in Kentucky or Tennessee. Yeah, Kentucky. Kentucky's where the rain's coming from. And see, when La Nina moves, y'all will go back to normal rainfall, and it'll start raining here again. Uh, and it'll rain for 2 or 3 years. What Las Vegas get? Did they get a rain? Did they get a rain? I hope it rained above the dam. They don't get some water in that, was it Lake Mead or whatever, pretty quick, they all in trouble. California already ain't getting no more water from them. They had to shut, they're not pumping water over the, or through the generators anymore. AC 103. Well, that'd be good. Now, all that freaking La Nina's got to do is move a few hundred miles. That's it. The however much it moves is how much the rain patterns move. And if it'll move a couple hundred miles back out where it usually sets, it'll go back to raining on New Mexico and Texas and Colorado. They said that. What, they send out a call across the interwebs. Yeah, it's like, West City's going to kill the stream. Y'all get over here and watch him. Let me go get some ice. And I'll come back and yak at y'all some more. Since y'all are going to start showing up, it'd be rude to hang up now. Not that I'm allergic to being rude, just trying to turn on or over a new leaf or something. I just made that up. I'm not really doing it. We ain't had any crickets around here. We eat crickets all the time. Getting serenaded again. We're sure what they're saying. The thing about August here is it's usually not as, the temperatures aren't as high as they are in July, but in August the wind stops blowing. I mean, you get August, you got dead air. It's the 31, was 31 days. August got 30 or 31. Anyway, it's the 1 month where the wind doesn't blow. So you're looking at, 95, 97 with 1 or 2 mile per hour, and that's it. It's oppressive. If you want a breeze, you have to walk. We've had no less than 8 miles an hour out of the west or the southwest for the past 2 months, I guess. they've been trying to get people to eat crickets for, well, since I was a kid. When first conversation I had with anybody about eating crickets, I know I was like 12 years old.
It's been a long time then.
Yes, very long time. And it's, sorry, I mean, crickets and grasshoppers, they're perfectly good food. Um, the grasshoppers killed my apricot tree dead. They were so desperate for water and moisture that they ate all of the new twigs and stuff, which removed all of the foliage. And the tree can't make it without the foliage. So uh, I'm watering and I'm hoping that maybe the root ball will shoot back up in the spring. But um,
I don't know. I kind of think it's more that,
well, I'm just stoked that I found those seeds.
yeah, but
Hopefully,
still, I think it's more of she, she's gone, so
yeah. But why would you take my apricot tree? That's just me. I know why she took my apricot tree. Because I didn't preach her funeral. Damn it. I knew she did.
well, it's not exactly like it was up to us.
She held me in pretty high regard. She figures I would have gone in there and punched some faces. But hey, before I plant them seeds, we gonna be doing a pre-recorded message and putting it on the YouTube and stuff. Though we gonna preach the lady's funeral. Maybe she'll let me. She'll make me sprout. I don't know if I could do mealworms. I mean, I kind of draw the line at giant hornworms, which are actually really good. There's not much to them though. And I don't know. I tried the grasshoppers and the crickets and everything else, and the crickets. I don't know. It's hard to explain what they taste like. Uh, but grasshoppers taste like shrimp. I mean, seriously. I mean, they taste like shrimp. I don't know. Seeds of we doubt anything's going to change. I was picking apricots off the tree and eating them, and apparently I laid some on my dresser. And somehow or another, two apricot seeds from the tree that is now dead wound up in my possession, and we will see if they sprout. They do, they do, they don't. They don't. If we'd have a real hatch of cicadas, I try to catch some of those. They're supposed to taste exactly like shrimp. Has anybody in here seen Revolting Man's video on the seatbelts or whatever, where he's digging a hole under his house? It's a good place for that, though. Do you hear music? Do you hear music? Anyway, he was talking about how they snuck from, no, we don't need seatbelt laws, to now they'll pull you over if they don't see the shoulder strap on. I don't know. I think old guys digging holes is pretty smart fellas. He put a sure put a thing in my brain. We wanted to put a porch on here, right here, kind of like to have a storm shelter at this place too. And hey, right out the back door and down in the storm shelter, that's a pretty good deal right there, I think. AWB, I must be behind on something. I have not been watching the news. The Texas pushed back on the helmet law, but we haven't pushed back on the seatbelt law yet. Uh, I think seatbelts, like, uh, if they want to, if your insurance company wants to give you a break for wearing your seatbelt, uh, whatever. But I do not believe that they should have the legal authority to force me to wear a safety belt. The if if you're too dumb to wear your seatbelt, that's just natural selection. I don't wear my seatbelt in the truck often at all. Uh, I wear it in the Toyota because it's just got an insanely loud bell. But if I'm on the road, or if I'm gonna be driving around in like a town where there's like a lot of people, well, even I slip it on. I'll drive to town, but when I get to the city limits, I put my seatbelt on because people are stupid.
The other day when I was bringing a load of stuff from the other house and had it in the passenger seat, it was too heavy, so I had to sit there and listen to the seatbelt buzzer all the way because it thought somebody was in the car with me.
That sucks. Oh, it's the Coyotes. They're singing hard. They must have that fawn corner. That sucks. Oh, I didn't know the assault weapons ban. That's we can't We need to raise a stink because I mean we can't keep letting them pass stupid laws. The seatbelt law, the weapons ban, the permit to carry law, uh, the you know the open-ended background check crap. There should be specific things that they look for on the background check. If those specific things are not there, then it shouldn't matter. If you did not commit a felony using a firearm and you haven't committed a felony in a million years or whatever, if you're not an active criminal who has a habit of using firearms, then you're still in your. If you're a citizen in good standing, why aren't you a citizen in good standing? You know, none of the minute chances the way the rules are written now, none of the Minutemen back in the day would have been able to show up packing a piece because they wouldn't have been able to pass the background check. Yeah, Chipper, that's basically yeah. And that seatbelt stuff was insurance company lobbying. Uh, yeah, they only 8% or whatever, but it lowers the seatbelts. Do they keep you from bouncing around in the car and getting hurt? They're a really smart thing. Uh, my 68, I actually had a not a 5 point, 4 point. I had a 4 point seatbelt on that thing. It went across my lap and went over each shoulder. Um, you know, I didn't want to go anywhere when I was driving. I wanted to be in the driver's seat. Um, and I didn't. The way it was set up, I didn't have to put all that on. I could just put the shoulders. Um, you know, you wouldn't get on a oval track in a race car without a seatbelt. It would just be stupid. And if you're driving aggressively and you don't have your seatbelt on, you're not staying in your seat either. That I know for a fact. Um, Especially in them older cars with the bench seats, the vinyl bench seats and stuff, you slide all over the place if you don't have your lap belt on.
I don't know. After I saw the guy fly out of his car because he didn't have his seatbelt on, I don't mind wearing my seatbelt.
Oh, the one that flew out and then the car flipped and he came back down and it grabbed his legs and threw him onto the ground and then fell on him.
Yep, that one.
And caught his legs and picked him up, threw him over the ground and then hit him again.
Yep.
That guy? Yeah. His girlfriend just unbuckled and stepped out. She was fine. Didn't have a scratch on her. That guy, it flung him so hard it tore the piercing. He had rings in his ears and shit, and it ripped them out. He's bleeding all over the place. Um, and then the girlfriend started digging around trying to get something out of his pockets, and the deputy's like, that, back up. So he reached in there and he pulled out a big old bag of weed. So, anyway, yeah. Seatbelts make sense, but they shouldn't be able to. I mean, if you don't want to wear them, be that guy. That's the way it should be. Walter says hi.
No.
Tradesman. Somebody in here I have not seen, I guess. Maybe hold on, let me go up there and see who we got. We got the tradesman. Hello, the tradesman. Excuse me, that was not me, that was somebody else. Yeah, I get that a lot. It's like I'm impervious to it now. It doesn't bother. It doesn't make me flinch. That's not true. And sure glad we're not in a recession because that would suck a lot. You know, everybody we owe money to is calling, asking us to refinance and stretch our note out over a longer period of time. That's that's not that's perfectly normal. We know that you just signed that note, but is there any way we can get you to redo it? We're desperate. We're nobody's borrowing money with us right now because the economy is shit. And the fuel's so high. Holy crap! You can't afford to buy anything. If you are young people and y'all are talking about having kids, y'all need to rethink that. Man. Good Lord! I mean,
How much that pack of diapers cost today?
$40.
Yeah.
Back when I was working
And
all the
then
time.
that one deal of formula that you buy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, the formula is crazy.
like, good grief.
I mean, kids are expensive, man. I guess it's different if the government's paying for everything, but when the young lady with the baby is standing alone on it, it's a little expensive. Yeah, the um, gasoline, regular unleaded, is back down to the price that made me blow a gasket originally when this first started happening. It's back down to 3.49, 3.50 a gallon. Well, it's 3.98 at also. Don't get it there. Oh, diesel's still over 5. And the only reason it's going down is because nobody's driving. Nobody's using the fuel. Uh, did you notice the brand new truck behind and to the side of us at the when we stopped to get gas earlier? They were on the tailboard making sandwiches out of the cooler. And I don't think that's because they wanted to be. I think it's because that's the only way they were going to be able to afford to drive that F-250.
Probably. You pick which luxury you want. Fuel in your car to take a road trip or food.
Hell, we grew up eating out of the cooler out of the back of
Yeah.
the car. I mean, this is the way you did it, and I miss it, honestly.
Yep.
I miss Thanksgivings where we just went and had sandwiches at the park, man. Yeah, ain't nobody at the park on Thanksgiving. In case y'all ever wanted to go. The tradesman is Nadavalier. So now we just have to remember that. That's not that is the tradesman. Yeah, I think my first post about uh, I did this with a sticker was for $3.49 a gallon, and I bought fuel uh, today for $3.49 a gallon, which I ain't complaining. That's way better than $4.60 a gallon. Well, you got up to $4.69 here, didn't it? Regular unleaded. There's a couple of places like $4.71. Hey Rachel, how is Chloe?
Is it Chloe or Chloe?
Yeah, is it Chloe or Chloe? I've just been reading it, so I was assuming it was Chloe. I think they're spelt the same, just said different. Which is not fair. Chloe. Is it Chloe or Chloe? With the E. With the E, yes, Chloe. Uh, Noted. Wasn't there somebody named Chloe or Chloe on that show Alice? Wasn't she like a recurring character? Yeah, we started talking about Carol, or not Carol, Rachel. Sorry, Carol, not trying to jinx you. Uh, about Rachel and her baby in his live stream, and then he just not having it. Hadn't been back on since. They scared to death. And I'm not having. I ain't delivering no baby. Now the it's plain and simple. If you don't buy the fuel, the reserves build back up. It's that simple. Uh, and yeah, they're trying to keep it up there above 150. What is it? 100?
No idea.
Now I don't even know anymore. They want it to stay above $100 a barrel. Now, I did not realize we were this close to the windmills, and they're still steady putting them up over there. Rachel had a baby, Chipper. Way to follow along.
Lance has a sister.
Oh, she got the Rona that early? That is not cool.
Who's that?
Rachel, and the baby got.
Well, how old was
I don't know
Elijah
if
when he
Jason
got
knows
it?
or not. Did you tell Jason about the baby, Rachel?
How old was Elijah when he got
Yeah,
the
Eliza just had the
coronavirus?
corona.
2 months? Something, month and a half, 2 months old?
He'll find out about it when he gets back off the boat, Chipper.
He was there.
Oh,
Y'all
apparently he was there.
smartheads.
Isn't that the way the sailors do? They come back and they're like, "Oh, I've got a new kid." That saves a lot of the work. Sorry. I said I'd wait for you. I didn't say I'd wait to have a child. Sorry. That might have been a little over an imaginary line that doesn't actually exist. Well, don't get hit by lightning letting the dog in, Carol. Now, Elijah had the symptoms. They had to give him a steroid shot, and he was able to kick its ass. I mean, I still think he's got a little bit of a cough, little phlegm, but nothing. Rachel, don't feed Chipper. He's not talking about during the delivery. I told you, Rachel. Oh wait, or no, she said he napped through the first part. Uh, so
Well, not the very first part.
okay, there we cleared it all up. This is some high quality YouTube streaming here, people. We don't talk about nothing but the important stuff. I did a soil test to see if my dirt would make rock. Like the stuff over there makes rock. This stuff doesn't. But I did some research, and there's some stuff you can add to it that will make it make rock. So, um, okay, we got a few peculiar people that go to the Walmart here or there, well, not there anymore, in Scurry County. But we went to the Walmart in Sweetwater today. Um, it was easier to keep a count on the normal-ish people than on the people that were not your average types of people. I don't know how to say that and not sound like I'm some kind of judgmental freakoid or whatever, but uh, I've never seen that many bulls in my entire life. Yeah, that's the part that messed with me. I mean, you can't function on the one I mean, it pushed me down. I mean, that crap nearly killed me. I'm sorry that
Well, it
first time I
wasn't
had
as
it was like the
bad off as yours, but it was definitely
yeah,
bad.
it was bad. I mean, it had me bad enough that I was willing to go to the hospital, and I don't go in the hospital because hospitals where you go to die, and they wanted me to take that one thing, but researched it on the way home and talked to my wife about it. And uh, the government pays for it, so the government wants you to take it. So I elected to not take the medication, which is basically a pill form of uh, the shots. So I was like, no, I'm still having chest pains, which are a little concerning, but I don't think it's my heart. I think uh, I was coughing so hard. I think I injured myself. It was weird. The entire time I had the corona, I was coughing, but I was breathing. It was weird. I could breathe. I didn't. I did not do a breathing treatment one single time the entire time I had the corona. It was weird. It was weird. Okay. We. I keep getting the low grade headache. Still, it's just like almost like I'm dehydrated or whatever. It'll last for 15, 20 minutes. The peak of it is about 5 minutes, but it's there. And it's like, oh man, my head's killing me, and then it eases off and goes away. Um, it's not a respiratory infection. It's not a respiratory disease. They can call it whatever they want. There's a pseudo scorpion up there, camel spider. See if he makes it to the morning.
If he does, he'll die.
Once I figure the poison will kill him.
It won't be instantaneous, but he'll die.
How long's it been since you had him, Jeff? Had it, Jeff? It's been well. I fell deathly ill with it July 5th, right? Or July 4th. July 4th. July 4th. That's how I celebrated July 4th with chills and a fever. Oh wow, that's makes me all fuzzy all over. Ooh, the wind changed directions. and it's cool. That's nice.
Coming off the where they had the rain a while ago.
Yeah, big difference. Yeah, I can't stop yawning, guys. Um, Tomorrow night, I'll tentatively say 8 o'clock. Chipper. I've been with my wife for 25 years. Grunts are how we communicate now. You can say a lot with one syllable. It's all in the emphasis.
Yep.
Pretty much. I'll go to ask my wife something, and she'll be like, yes or no. And I'm like, I get to actually ask the question. And then she'll be like, well, go ahead. And then she'll be like, the answer is the same. She'll miss it like 1 out of 20 times, but not, even those won't be a complete miss. No, you're not, Chipper. Yeah, gas signals are not the way to communicate. Anyhow, 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'll go live. It'll be on the other channel. Um, Probably. I don't know. I may do all my lives over here, and I'll just link them to the community page over there. And that's what I got this channel for, is for the live streams. I can't monetize them over here, but uh, y'all shouldn't have to watch a damn commercial to come in the live stream. And it's hard all over. So, uh, and if I'm gonna do the channel memberships on that other thing, I think I'm just gonna have to go ahead and do it with like generic badges and stuff, because I don't know how to make the badges. I don't know where to get the badges. Uh, and I really don't have time to part with it. Okay, Rachel. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. We will miss you, though. All right, tradesmen, be good. Kiss the baby. Well, I know my wife's curve one. Okay, Chipper. I hope they have better luck with it than they did the past few times I tried to watch them do it. I watched the Cowboys the other day with John Wayne. That is such a good movie, man. But anyway, y'all be blessed. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Till do not die. Everybody needs badges. It's just a thing.